Greetings and welcome to Shadowstar. I'm glad you could join us. I am the Renegade Rashad and this is Star Trek Online. Starship visual review video, where we will be taking a look at the ship's design in detail to break it down and see what details that I personally find of interest on the ship. We'll also break down possible shield visuals on the ship as well for the shield visuals that I have available to use. For example, the Emperor's visuals that you can see on the shuttle you are currently on board. Now, before we reach the vessel in question, I must thank the House of Negus for the support they have given to the Empire on this day, to our faction in the Empire on this day. They have supported Shadowstar with a generous donation of £50 that made this video, as well as the other review videos and everything involved within the latest Discovery bundle in Star Trek Online, possible to be looked at. I would not be looking at these new ships without your help, Negus, so I cannot show you enough appreciation of what you have done. You have done a great service to my house. Thank you. But with that being said, Dahar Masters, Chancellors, those that sit on the High Council, Captains, even Lieutenants at the back. Allow me to introduce to you my personal Qugh Miracle Worker Battlecruiser. Yeah, the first thing you're all going to pick up on is, hang on, isn't this hull normally got some red aesthetic? That's right. The paint job that is custom for this ship would turn what is currently blue red. And is how the ship standardly comes. However, all the other accents are remaining. You can see a minor red trim on certain parts of the ship. That is the red that was originally there. And the hull is the Qugh's own personal Discovery era hull. So the grilling and the white lighting, that's all standard for this ship as stock. Only the blue is different right now, because I thought the blue amplified her details a bit more refined, in a bit more of a refined fashion than the red did. Now, one of the first things I need to bring up is, now this ship has got many detailings you'll look at. Within STO, she has 7 hull types, I believe you can have for her. No additional bridges, no customization to the body. There is no modern iteration of the ship, unlike with the Federation. Federation gets all the best toys, don't they? However, that's not to say that this ship isn't remarkably beautiful looking. And since this is a ship directly writ from Star Trek Discovery, we can be quite happy with what we look at. So, warriors, I hope you will mind my rambling, but we have a lot of fine detailing to look at on this ship. For a start, we're going to look at this ship from a top-down perspective. It's very hard to get a detailing look on this ship, mostly because of how much is going on with her. There's this odd sort of gold pipework structured throughout the entire ship. Underneath, it's mirrored. And as you can see, the pipework doesn't really ascertain to anything structurally that I can tell. It's not like it's reinforcing the ship in any manner. Exposed conduits? I certainly hope not. I have no idea what's going on with that detailing. Klingon ships prior to this time period and post this time period expose very little vulnerabilities. And very little about the ship is ornate. The Klingons' ornate design itself comes down to aesthetically what is required. They wouldn't have all this extra slung material for no apparent reason, so it's got to have a use. But I just don't know what it's doing. Shield guarding, protecting vulnerable areas, perhaps. I'm not entirely sure where you'd say the bridges on this ship. Up to now, bridges on Klingon ships have always been at the front. But, well, this ship... I almost want to say that this here at the back is the bridge, but that would be weird, and also it's underneath, so no. I imagine on this ship the engineering section is here, so the bridge is probably underneath this circular dome. Following forward, I imagine that this is the deflector array front. Using all these fins and grills, it's probably a old school deflector type. Not sure why they're going this old school, but again, Discovery did take a completely different visual take on Klingon. Personally, this ship ain't Klingon to me. This is not a Klingon ship. I would do, it might be Raptor, but it's a few too many different cues off to be a Raptor. Could be that this is a concept designed and used that they stole from other ship ideas, so enemies the Klingon Empire is defeated brought about this ship design, and that would explain maybe some of the pipe working is just what they took from that, thought it had a visual use. They dropped it straight after this ship's design because, oh, turns out it's pointless. However, I will say that I do like the fork shape that you do at the front here, back to the top view. It almost reminds me of a trident in some manner, and it's that sharp shape gives a very aggressive and powerful feel to her that I really do like. My big issue with her, though, is the fact that she is top down, bottom up, identical. It's we know for a fact this isn't Klingon. Symmetry like that is not in the Klingon design. It's, I pegged too many issues with it. I'm not so comfortable, and this is why I wish STO did much like what they did with certain other ships, the Giorgio class. They basically gave us a starship design that fit more into canon than the Walker class does, even though the Walker class is very, very nice. It would have been very nice if STO's team did the same to this ship. However, as much as I don't like it as a Klingon ship, I do like the design. I think the design is really very nice looking. It's a very aggressive design. I love the wing concept. These wings on the sides give me that, it feels like bird of prey like, and now I know the wings are probably harking bird of prey, and this is sometime after the Romulan War, so there would be some exchange in technology between Klingons and Romulans at this point. Maybe, I think. However, I don't think wings would be on the Klingon ship, so I'm going to describe them as wings, but let's just say they're fins. The little bit of ornate plating that they got here, which is actually solid to the fin on the ship, that is quite a nice little touch. It gives that added sign that, to me, this is the sort of ship captained by a house leader. Perhaps that is what all this gold piping is. It's that little bit of additional material that makes the ship look like it's owned by the head of the house rather than one of the lesser members of the house. Towards the back, and well, I like where they've concepted the impulse drive to be, or the warp nacelles. And is that the impulse drive then at the back, or okay, let's just not comment on impulse drive. I don't have an impulse drive to comment on. The ship is very hard to make comments on based on the set canon. It's very difficult. Now, I will bring up these circular things on the side. To me, they're docking points. And I like to think that's where the ships naturally dock. I've noticed on a lot of the recent designs from STO, they're making sure there's at least some form of docking point put in. Now, this was a Discovery design, so perhaps that's not why that's there. If it's not a docking point, perhaps it's a form of omnidirectional disruptor array. On either side, it would give it plenty of firing arc around the back. Woo, bit. I can't really see any weapon points on this ship, so hopefully the guy who helped me out last time can help me out this time finding the weapon points. Then there's also this weird glowing grill here. What's that? Is that part of the deflector array? Is this entire tube at the front the deflector array? That would make me worry. But then perhaps... I'm not even going to entertain the possibility of it being the warp coils there. Because that would massively not be Klingon. Too much wouldn't be Klingon. So, I'm going to assume that these points here are the warp coils, and they're working on a different system than normal, but still working in pairing across. Certainly to see, this ship has some magnificent details put into it though. As much as I don't like it as a Klingon ship, its detailing is gorgeous. I love the skeletal and veining frame that's here. It makes the ship feel more primal and more aggressive, more warlike, which is for the era it was in. Again, maybe that's what the pipework is trying to do. Maybe it's trying to give an idea of bones. That would explain coloration a little bit, and that would then be, again, a bit more primal. It is safe to say that this is a very nice looking ship. I've got to get out my head the fact it's a Klingon ship, because if I could ignore that factor, I would be head over heels for this ship, to be honest. I just wish I had more I could say about it. There's very few... The major details to pick up on are also details that you don't quite know what they are. Deflector's easy to pick out. The prongs at the front, well, I'm guaranteeing there's weapon pylon points right across there, giving plenty of firing arc. And I imagine the spikes at the front are dual disruptor points to fire forwards and possible cannon points. Grilling on the side here, that's probably some kind of high output emitter as well. Possibility that all these gold points are actually where the shield emits from. Perhaps that's what the white circles actually are themselves, create a shield dome around the ship. Or maybe it's the ancient cloaking system and it's more obvious. Maybe that's what all the gold is about. It's the cloaking system. No, it wasn't, because the cloak was only just introduced to the Klingons according to Discovery. And, well, they apparently only just introduced it. And these ships already had that design. No, okay, maybe not. Nah, it's definitely not cloaking related. God, I have so many questions on this ship and just so few answers. How bad is that? Well, we can get some nice answers at least. Oops, let's go and just take a look at some of her visual possibilities. We'll start off where I can start off easiest. Bajoran. Now the Bajoran touch on her is pretty nice. I could almost call this a Bajoran ship, but at the same time I couldn't. Ooh. We've actually got some weird purple grilling. It's actually very small impulse outputs here, despite there being only one tube. Okay, that's kind of cool. I like it. It's a nice touch. The pinking works really well. Tubing probably should have matched the pinking, but okay. Up next, we'll look at the trash bin, because I always look at the trash bin, even though I hate it so much. Hey, this ship could pass for a Breen ship. That's awkward to say, considering the Breen aren't very symmetrical. But, it actually kind of almost works for me. That's, probably not good, but yeah, I'm not gonna complain. If it's for one time I actually can kind of like the Breen aesthetic, I'm gonna be thankful for it, okay? Despite everyone else. How about jump? Oh. Oh, hello. I think I need to fly. This is my Jemadar captain. That looks amazing. That looks absolutely gorgeous. Oh, beautiful aesthetic on this ship. Oh, I know purple's my favourite colour, and that might be, well, one of my favourite colours. It might be pulling me over. And oh god, Jemadar one is amazing. This one, no. The hexagon's way too much. Turn that central bit into the chrome, and I might have been okay with it on the evil wings. Unfortunately, no. Definitely not giving that one a pass. Wow. Okay. Okay, I'll give you guys a bit more of a look around. I know even though you can see it from one angle, some people do like to see all the way around the ship. Yeah, not so keen. Take the Aegis touch on it, and well, we know what Aegis does already, so the red grill glowing is actually alright. Works really well on this ship, actually. Extremely well. Normally I'd say there's way too many glowing parts, but in this specific design with all that tubing, it works well on the tubing. As a result, I kind of like it. I'm not gonna lie, I do like it. Also, that deflector tip now looks very frightening. It's like a needle coming to rip you apart. Finally, well, why not? Let the Terran Empire take over, and oh, every time they do, I'm happy. Mind you, I will say right now, as you may have seen from a different other visual, you do have the Type 4 hull, which aesthetically pretty much gives you the same thing. Only you don't have the blue and yellow, that's all red. And you get to have more colour fun, so you don't just have this purple fins you see going up the top towards the front. You can make that green, blue, gold, white, pink! Up to you, really. So, 10 falls off there. Whoops. Oh! Since I've done it, let's have a look at how that looks. Wow! That's actually not bad. I should probably look at that a bit more often. Kinda like it. Oopsie daisy, works really well for me. Off you come. Unequipped. Oh, I done it again. Put the Aegis back over here. Stop it, me. It's safe to say I do like it. I think I like a natural hull aesthetic actually more than the Type 4, even though the Type 4 is the one I first really looked at. And the Type 4, that gold goes to black, and the same sort of happens with all the other hull types. Only on this one does the gold piping and sigils remain there in that sort of gold format. Otherwise they match the whole coloration. It's not bad. I do like the grey body as well. She's a nice looking ship. She was designed not by the STO team, but by Discovery, and well, if I scored it from on the viewpoint of Discovery, well, 4 out of 10. Sorry to score so harshly, but it's supposed to be a Klingon vessel, and it doesn't really call Klingon to me. About the only parts of that ship that call Klingon is the forward neck towards the deflector, and the way the center body is shaped. Those two prongs moving forwards and that very large back end. Not really. Doesn't quite fit for me. It's kind of Raptor-ish, but that's why I give it 4 out of 10 and not 0. I can sort of get Klingon vibes from it, but not enough for me to go, yeah, that's a Klingon ship. In fact, when I first saw it, I didn't think it was a Klingon ship. I honestly did not realize it was a Klingon ship. And the cannon's so well in place, when a ship goes, boom, I'm on screen, you should go, that's Klingon, that's Romulan, that's Jem'Hadar. Or you should go, ooh, I wonder what race that is. Not go, ooh, I wonder what race that's a Klingon ship. Failed miserably for me there. STO, on the other hand, bringing the ship into game, well, thanks to their little additional touches that they've added that you can do with the ship, I've got to give them a 10 out of 10. Beautiful job done. They brought the ship from the show in magnificently. There's no detailing I'm really seeing that's missing, which I quite like. They've clearly taken their time and effort when they put this ship together for the game. So, I must credit them as highly as they have done. They've done a brilliant job. And I am absolutely loving the ship. So yes, 10 out of 10 to the STO team. Sorry, Discovery team. You're getting 4 out of 10 because it doesn't call Klingon ship to me, and you told me it was the Klingon ship. And you told us the ship was the D7 and quickly retconned that when you realised that the fan base really was not happy. Oh, why? Yeah. Gotta be careful with canon. The Star Trek fan base, there's a side of Star Trek fan base which is very canon heavy and does not like it when you break canon. Even I get a little bit iffy. J.J. Abrams be damned. But, well, with that being said, honestly, I do love this ship's shape and design. It's a very nice ship. Too bad it doesn't call Klingon, but hey, I'm still going to enjoy flying her, and in game she's going to be a magnificent ship for me, especially one that I want to get some nice screenshots of. Now, with that being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and what are your thoughts and opinions on this ship? Do you want to tell me to shut the hell up? It's fully welcome to do so, but make sure your criticism is followed up with some constructive side to it. I do appreciate feedback when it's constructive, so I look forward to hearing what you have to say. If you haven't subscribed already and do wish to see more, then I hope that you will subscribe and ring that notification bell so that you can stay up to date. And perhaps if you wish to support what I do and see me get better, then perhaps you could even become a member of the Patreon crew and honour my house with some support. But with that being said, I'm going to thank you for watching. And remember, fight with honour. Kapla! Take us out, Helm. We need to have some fun. Oh, that's a good angle.